headline: Wahala, Tribunal under heavy fire after making big announcements that favored Tinubu. INEC. Welcome to today's news and thank you for listening, for tuning into this channel. Please listen to the end. The news details. The Presidential Election Petition Court (PEPC) in Abuja has dismissed the request for live coverage of the proceedings on petitions challenging the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. The application, brought by the two major candidates contesting the election results, was deemed lacking in merit by the Justice Haruna Tsamani led five-member panel. The court held that there is no regulatory framework or policy direction that permits the granting of such an application. According to the court, allowing cameras in the courtroom is a significant judicial policy that must be supported by the law. Justice Samani emphasized that the court must act in accordance with the practice directions and procedures approved by the President of the Court of Appeal, and it cannot permit a situation that may lead to the dramatization of proceedings. The court also noted that the request for live coverage was not part of any relief sought in the petitions. The petitioners failed to establish how televising the proceedings would advise their case, and the court found that live broadcast would not add any utilitarian value to the determination of the petitions. Initially, the request for live coverage was made by former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), who came second in the election. He was later joined by Peter Obi, the candidate of the Labour Party. The Labour Party and the PDP are requesting from the courts that they should allow a live streaming of the petition, the live streaming of the tribunal, covering everything, covering the proceedings on the petitions, challenging the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. They are asking that the court should grant them the request to make live coverage of the proceedings, but the Presidential Election Petition Court has ruled and dismissed the request, saying it cannot allow, and there is no regulatory framework that permits them to grant such an application, and that request was deemed lacking in merit, and it is not allowed. It is not stated that they could allow that in the court of law. According to the court, they said allowing camera in the courtroom is a significant judicial policy that must be supported by the law, and it cannot permit a situation that might lead to dramatization of proceedings, that allowing them to make live, to go live and let the masses see what is happening in the court, is going to allow for dramatization of the whole process. And the court also said that the request for live coverage was not part of any relief sought in the petition. They didn't state it out. that they were going to go live in their petitions. They didn't write it, they didn't present it to the court that they were the way they want to televise the whole proceedings. They didn't write it out and they didn't present it to the court. So the court now is saying that the fact that they did not present it to the court on how they want to televise the whole proceedings, they cannot grant that request. That they fail to establish how they are going to televise the proceedings and advance their case. And the court also said that the live broadcast will not add any value to the determination of the whole process, to the determination of the whole proceedings. That if they go live, what is it going to add to the whole case? It is not going to add anything to the whole case. Rather, it will only advance their case. And this request was first made by the PDP and the former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, which was also a presidential candidate of 2023 election, and he came second in the election. Whereas later Peter Obi joined him also in the request that they should allow for a live video, for a live coverage of the whole proceeding. And when we look at this, we can see that the live video that was not accepted is most time in favor of Tinubu, because whatever they want to do in the court, they will be able to have the chance to do it, and the masses are not going to be able to cry out and hear what is happening. Only those in court will hear the proceedings. Only those in court will see what is happening. And this is going to be most in favor of Tinubu. It's going to help Tinubu more because it's going to favor him. What's your view about this news? Please share your view in the comment section, and don't forget to like and share, and also click on the subscribe button and the bell for more updates. Thank you.